Hello, everybody. Welcome to this webinar dedicated to press release range and more specifically to the 50 milliliter solution. So we're going to start with a brief presentation of myself. So I'm François Dubert. I'm the product manager of the press release range. So I will be your speaker today for this quick webinar. So the plan of the day is, well, we're gonna have a quick introduction regarding the range, and then we'll see a little bit more in detail the 50 milliliter solution, and we'll end with an application example to highlight the performances of the of this new format. And finally, I will answer your questions if you have any, and that you can address in the question box that you have on your side, on the side of your screen. So let's dive into this presentation. So a quick reminder of the press release range. So Bertin is providing a solution based on 3D bead beating technology, solution for tissue and sample homogenization across different instruments and consumables. So you have the Minilis, the Press Release 24 Touch, the Press Release Evolution, and the associated consumables that contain the beads and the tube prefilled with different kind of beads to allow the homogenization. And each instrument is dedicated to some different profiles of applications, or more specifically to different needs depending on the throughput and the power that your application requires. But we are going to focus on a consumable and a tube adapter, which is dedicated to press release evolution, which is our flexible solution, as we can put different kind of tubes and different kind of, well, tube holders on the instrument. So the 50 milliliter will be dedicated to this instrument. So, well, briefly, quick reminder as well of what the press release evolution brings. So, as I just said, we have with this instrument a very high flexibility because you can put a very different kind of tube on the instruments. So we have the 2 milliliter format, which is the white tube holder with the red tubes on this picture. Then the 7 milliliter tube, the 15. We also have the metal tubes that have a 7 milliliter format, and all these tube holders go and fit on the instrument with very easy to use technology, as you just need to put the tube holder on the instrument, and the tubes are locked by vacuum. So this vacuum system is really unique in the possibilities on the market. And so this is a real advantage of the instrument, as no tool is required for that, and it brings also a very high safety level of the instrument. We also released last year a 96 well plate format, which is based on tube in strips, and that fit also on this instrument, and that also is based on the vacuum locking system for the tubes. So we are going from one very small volume, 0.2, up to 15 up to now. But one format was missing, and as we just said, tool-free system and vacuum-based system, so very easy to use and safe at the same time. One format was missing in our portfolio, and for larger applications that some of you might need, was the 50 milliliter tube holder. And so we are happy to share that with you today. We have now a 50 milliliter tube holder, which is a little bit different of the other systems, that I just described, as the tubes are placed horizontally on the instrument. And so you can put 3 tubes, for up to 3 tubes on the instrument of 50 milliliter. The good thing is that we managed to keep a vacuum system, so the safety and the ease of use will be preserved. And this was the real challenge of this development, being able to keep the format that we have for the other tube holders, and keep the same possibilities with the instrument, meaning up to 10,000 RPM. So these two components have been a great challenge, but we succeeded in a way, and this is the format that we can now propose with the 50 milliliter tube holder. So as you can see, the tubes are placed horizontally. You can load them up to 45 grams by tube. So we now have a full family. The other thing that we were wondering when we developed this system was regarding the efficiency. So as you know, or if you don't, I'm going to remind you, the tubes are placed vertically on the other tube holders, and the main spec that we have for the 2, 7, and 15 milliliter is that the tubes have the same height, meaning that the inversion of the movement inside the tubes is exactly the same between each format on the instrument, and this offers the most efficient homogenization that you can have on an instrument. So these formats were developed specifically, but for the 50 milliliter, the space on the instrument was not enough to develop something like that. So we had to use horizontal tubes, and in this way, we were wondering if the efficiency was going to be as good as with the vertical tubes of the instruments. So we made some trials and qualifications, of course, and so we developed consumables as well. So the consumables are placed, so 20 tubes by bag, and we have 3 different kind of lysing matrices. As you can see, so VK01 more dedicated to microorganisms. Then we have the CK Mix 50, which is more dedicated to mussels or quiet medium hard samples, and then CK28, which is for soft samples. So I'm going back to my previous topic, which was the efficiency. So we are going to see together a highlight of a trial that we made internally. So we made a qualification of the system with the instrument and the tube holders and the consumables. And for the bacterial culture, which is an application which was required for this kind of volume, we've been making a bacterial culture, of course, that we have then estimated in terms of cell concentration. So we made a cell counting on that culture in order to know which amount of cells we were putting in the tubes, and then we ran in parallel this culture in 2 milliliter tubes or in the 50 milliliter format, and we ran that on the instrument with the same protocol on the Presselis Evolution. And then at the end of this homogenization process, we made again a cell counting in order to know how many cells were remaining alive. So the goal being to get the highest quantity of lysed cells after the process. So we started with the same cell concentration, both in 2 tubes, homogenization, and then cell counting and estimation of the remaining living cells. And what we saw, so we ran different protocols because so the 2 milliliter protocol was our reference, as you can see. So we have an established protocol which is very, very efficient, as you can see, with these parameters on the Presselis Evolution. So 8,000 RPM for 3 times 20 seconds. We managed to reach a 98.7% of lysed cells, so almost 100% with this protocol. We transposed it to the 50 milliliters, so 3 times 30 seconds, because we knew that there would be a little less efficiency, and at the same speed we didn't have the same level of efficiency. So by increasing the speed, we managed to reach 90.6%. So in these conditions, you can see that what I was saying previously, the fact that the tube placed horizontally is a little bit lower efficient, but we, however, managed to reach 90%, 91% of lysed cells within 3 times 30 seconds. We probably could increase the efficiency by running it 4 times, but already I think for most of the applications linked to the bacterial culture and bacterial culture analysis, we can get already a lot of material, probably enough to run a lot of experiments behind. So this was very satisfying to see that the efficiency was preserved despite the fact the tubes are placed differently. As we are close to the end, I just want to sum up. So the solution we bring with the 50 milliliter is really easy to set up on the same style as the other tube holders. We keep the safe and easy aspects of the instruments and of the tube holders. We managed to, as we just saw it, to keep and preserve an efficient grinding, almost comparable to the 2 milliliter formats and 7 and 15, by the way. And regarding the pricing, the tube holder is at the same price as the others, and the consumables are in the same price range as well. So for these pricing aspects, please get in touch with your local distributor. We will be very happy to give you those informations and discuss with you, probably to show you also the tube holder and make some trials if you really require that. So feel free to get in touch with your local distributor or contact us, and we will redirect you to the right people. So I have now finished this quick webinar regarding the 50 milliliter. I don't know if you have any questions. So if you do, please ask. Is the 50 milliliter tube the same as Falcon tubes? So this is a very good question that I didn't mention, by the way. The tubes are specific to our solution, so we didn't develop them, but this is not the same tube as the 50 milliliter Falcon that you can find from BD or other. You have a specific tap, and in this tap you have a rubber insert. I think it's more silicone than rubber, but this provides a better leak proof of the tube, because the shaking of the tubes is really high, and this increases the risk of leaking during the process. So we found a tube type which is much more resistant to the process, that ensures that even when you shake it very vigorously, there is no leak that can happen. So yes, the tubes are specific to our solution. The shape is the same, but you cannot use the classical Falcon tubes. Or you can, but you take the risk of having some leaks. So we do recommend to use our tube types. Well, it seems I don't have no more questions. So I leave you just 1 minute more to ask your question. I think I have another question. Can you show standard cycle and speed to every sample using press release? So we have this kind of information regarding the kind of protocol we recommend on our website. You can find really different protocols, and you can also get in touch with our field application specialist who will provide you some advices regarding the best protocol to run on your instrument. So do not hesitate to come in touch with us for really specific requests. And again, the website shows some protocols and things like that. So another question is regarding the compatibility of the tube holder. So all the Presselis evolutions that are installed in your labs are compatible with this new 50 milliliter format. So there is no need to upgrade the instrument. There is no change. So the compatibility is ensured 100% for any instrument. So that was also the goal of this development, providing a solution which is adaptable to the existing instruments. So no specific change, nothing to do, just put the tube holder on the instrument and run it, and it will work. I have a question. Can I try running without the lysing kit for trying instrument? Yes, of course, but this will probably not give you a lot of information regarding the efficiency of your protocol if you don't run it with a sample. But yeah, you can give it a try. That's it. So I don't see no more question this time. I thank you for your attention. I hope the information I provided you was good for you. And again, feel free to contact us if you have additional questions after this. You will probably receive a link to see this presentation again on a replay. So thank you for your time and your attention, and I'll have a good day, or what's remaining, depending on where you are in the world. Thank you very much, and bye.